Well, folks, coming at you with an emergency video because we're in the season 5 of that high school drama. Jim Ryan finally came out and he's calling the homie Phil Spencer a big liar. He says that he's lying and Call of Duty is gonna go exclusive on Xbox.
Bomboka!
That's correct. We're gonna be dissecting this situation. We're gonna get right into the story because everybody's getting their hands in a cookie jar right now. Looks like that Jim Ryan finally took the matter in his own hands. Drop a thumbs up. Welcome on in if you're brand new. Drop a subscribe, it helps out a ton. And first of all, ladies and gentlemen, I'm ready. This is wild, man. This is like Call of Duty lobbies in real life. New PlayStation CEO Jim Ryan says Xbox proposal for Call of Duty post Xbox deal was inadequate on many levels. He says that Phil Spencer only guaranteed Call of Duty on PlayStation for 3 years after the current Call of Duty and Sony deal ends. Ryan is commenting only because Spencer publicly did. Damn! And I want to actually talk about this because listen, man, this is crazy.
Oh my god!
This is crazy. We have this full-blown quote, and I do know some of you will be like, Skizzle, I'm just a stud muffin. I just seriously don't understand. Some of you would be like throwing hands right now. Some of you would be putting your hands on top of your forehead because this is actually seriously crazy. Because I do know for the fact that Phil Spencer, when he came out, there's a lot more I want to talk about, so bear with me. But Phil Spencer, when he came out, he was actually saying the fact that, yo man, we're gonna keep Call of Duty multi-platform. And to me, quite frankly, it really felt like that Phil Spencer wasn't really attacking. Okay, I do play on the Sony ponies, don't cancel me just yet, okay, just hear me out. Maybe it felt like that he was attacking to you, and if it did feel like, just let me know in the comments, man. I always read my comments, man. I got you, okay? But it didn't really felt that way. Or maybe he was just trying to be sus about it. Maybe he was trying to be smart, because obviously there are always two sides of the story. Now Jim Ryan, and I quote, this is crazy, y'all, okay? Y'all, you might get your popcorns ready. I hadn't intended to comment on what I understood to be a private business discussion, but I feel the need to set the record straight because Phil Spencer brought this into a public forum. Dang, you time out, man.
Bomboka!
Yo, Jim Ryan, Phil Spencer, what y'all doing, man? What y'all doing? Y'all are $1 billion company. You cannot make that money by growing Nesquik in the backyard. I mean, god damn. And you also gotta understand this, okay? This is something that I really want to talk about because there's a whole lot of confusion. And last week, Xbox revealed that it had provided a signed agreement to Sony to guarantee Call of Duty on PlayStation with features and content parity for at least several more years. And right now the number we're hearing is about like 3 years. We're hearing that it's only 3 years, to which Jim Ryan responded by saying this: Microsoft has only offered for Call of Duty to remain on PlayStation for 3 years! 3 years after the current agreement. And this is actually really wild because initially, let me take you back because this is for context, right? Because it's all over the place right now. I get it. Even I'm all over the place right now, and this might really be confusing because this deal in a nutshell is all over the place. Because back in February, when Xbox acquired Activision, or when they announced it, I know some of like, yeah, they haven't acquired, it's gonna take till June of 2023, but I get it. Okay, stud muffins, I get it, okay? Yep, they actually tried to purchase back in February. Let's keep it that way. We heard even Jeff Keighley's washing his hands, says that in February, Microsoft, Brad Smith said that Xbox would treat Call of Duty similar to Minecraft and put it on even more platforms, including continuing on PlayStation, and this is what we heard.
For those gamers, you're not talking about pulling Activision products like Call of Duty off of competing platforms outside of the Xbox universe. You're not going to make that content exclusive to Xbox going forward, are you?
One of the things we're being very clear about as we move forward with the regulatory review of this acquisition is that great titles like Call of Duty from Activision Blizzard,
Yo, Cap or Facts, great titles like Call of Duty, Cap or Facts,
today will continue to be available on the Sony PlayStation. We'd like to bring it to Nintendo devices. We'd like to bring the other popular titles that Activision Blizzard has and ensure that they continue to be available on PlayStation, that they become available on Nintendo. You know, one of the first acquisitions, really the first acquisition made after Satya Nadella became CEO, was of Minecraft. That was back in September of 2014. And what we've done with that acquisition, I think, is a clear indicator of what we hope to do if we acquire Activision Blizzard. Namely, invest even more in innovation, bring it to more people, bring it to more platforms, make it even more useful and hopefully delightful for the people who use it.
And after this situation, y'all know what went down, okay? We started having like FTC, they got their schlongs involved. They actually tried to stop our brother down. We're talking about Phil Spencer. And we recently just discovered Brazil. Hola, viva la Brazil! Brazil leaked the entire situation out. They leaked the Sony ponies big time. They exposed the homie Jim Ryan and PlayStation, because PlayStation was saying in the filing at Brazil that if the deal closes, the game can go over on Game Pass, and we cannot compete with Game Pass. There's no other game that can compete with Call of Duty. We're gonna be screwed. This is unfair. PlayStation was saying that to Brazil, and Brazil, they have the law where they don't like hiding stuff from the public, so they were like, okay, we're gonna leak this to the public. They ended up leaking. People started making videos, people started doing helicopters with their release, and everybody was getting their hands in the baby powder and slapping everybody and shiza like that. That happened, and right after that one, we heard Saudi Arabia, they approved the deal. They did approve the deal, and then Phil Spencer last week, he came out and he said that, okay, we have provided the signed agreement to Sony that will guarantee Call of Duty on PlayStation for several more years. And today, we are hearing from Jim Ryan, Microsoft is only offered for Call of Duty to remain on PlayStation for 3 years after the current agreement between Activision and Sony ends. After almost 20 years of Call of Duty on PlayStation, their proposal was inadequate on many levels and failed to take an account of the impact on our gamers. Toxic gamers! We want to guarantee PlayStation gamers continue to have the highest quality of Call of Duty experience, and Microsoft proposal undermines this principle. Damn, bro, I gotta call Bumbleclad on this situation, fellas. And listen, man, this just situation is wild. Now, the confusing part in this one is that back in February, when this was going on, we heard that they will be making sure that the contracts stay good for PlayStation for the next 3 games, because we heard that PlayStation contract is for the next 3 games. That includes Call of Duty Warzone 2, yup, that counts as a separate Call of Duty, the upcoming Modern Warfare 2, and the next Black Ops game that will come out in 2024. So the deal will be good till 2024-2025 for PlayStation, but now it looks like that they have added 3 more years by the looks of it, in terms of like 3 more years. Maybe it's just 3 years where it's gonna end on 2024-2025. That's the confusing part. Or maybe they added 3 extra years, because it certainly feels that way, because now they are they say Xbox has several more years. And if that's the case, that might mean that Call of Duty will stay on PlayStation till 2027, 2028. I know these are rough numbers, nobody knows what's going on, and this is why Jim Ryan is coming out, and it looks like that he wanna take the matter into public. He wanna talk about it publicly and gather as much attention to it as possible, so they can secure more years for PlayStation, because yup, they know that Call of Duty is a big deal. And I know some of you will be like, Skizzle, it's just a Call of Duty game, Call of Duty is trash, I don't play it. My guy, I get it that you might not play it. I rarely play it as well, but listen, man, even I know past few years Call of Duty hasn't been the same. I agree with you, but most people, they play 2K games, Fortnite, GTA Online, and Call of Duty games. That's what the majority of the gamers play, okay? And PlayStation know that fully. It's the best-selling game. This situation is so wild that you got the homie Spawn Wave talking. Jim Ryan sounds like that he's one step from smashing his controller mid-game. And we got the Bots brother out there. We got the Pony brother. They're fighting. And I mean, like, damn, bro, like, why are we fighting? Why are we fighting over this dumb stuff? Ladies and gentlemen, this situation has been 10 times wilder than Johnny Sins movies, and in fact, I'm loving the entire plot twist, okay? And also, Phil Spencer recently came out, and this is what he said. Click on this video on the screen. I'm telling you, man, I just can't, man. Click on it, subscribe, and I will see you right there.